After President Donald Trump's press conference with Vladimir Putin, all hell broke loose. Insiders from both parties attacked the president over the disgraceful presser. Clearly, the fix is in among those swamp dwellers who would prefer war with Russia over peace. But one senator is facing down his own party after what Trump did in Russia. It's obvious our relationship with Russia is much worse than it needs to be. Corrupt politicians in D.C. want to use the foreign nation as a scapegoat. Democrats want to blame Russia for the Trump administration. No amount of facts and logic will sway them from this fantasy. But even Republicans hold a grudge against the foreign power. Russia is far too involved in the Syrian war. On top of that, Russia is often portrayed as constantly interfering in our affairs. Many insider Republicans want a direct confrontation with Russia, something that might end in war. Republicans who want this are trying to appease globalists and warmongers who don't have America's best interests in mind. Apparently, these aging politicians think we're still in the Cold War, yet blaming Russia for everything no longer works. They think we are so stupid we'll believe anything their minions and the fake news tell us. President Trump met with Russian President Vladimir Putin. During his press conference, Trump signaled a strong desire to work with Russia. He refused to comply with demands from American lawmakers which would have made the president an adversary, rather than an ally, to Putin. Naturally, the left attacked Trump for treating Putin with civility and respect. Even worse, numerous Republicans attacked the president over the presser. Apparently, they wanted a declaration of war. Only one senator is being honest enough to support Trump. Rand Paul is backing what President Trump accomplished in that meeting. He's even confronting his own party, calling out Republicans who are opposing the president. Sen. Rand Paul, Archie, whose non-interventionist streak has long put him at odds with GOP foreign policy orthodoxy, plans to travel to Russia in early August to play shuttle diplomacy for Trump. In an interview on Monday, Paul said he hopes to meet with Trump before he heads overseas to see if there's anything he wants us to follow up on. It's gotten so ridiculous that someone has to stand up and say we should try to engage even our adversaries and open up our lines of communication, Paul said. We're going to talk to the president about some small steps in order to try to thaw the relations between our countries. Source: Politico. When even conservative news outlets are bashing Trump, the very man they once worshipped, over a press conference, you know something's up. It seems like nobody in the media or politics wants a good relationship with Russia. All the hacks were gearing up for some kind of confrontation with the foreign power. They were hoping to go to war with Russia. I guess that would have given them lots of clicks. But when Trump appeared friendly with Putin, all the swamp's hopes were dashed. We shouldn't be surprised that Democrats were upset. They'd be angry with Trump if he met with Moses. The fact that conservatives, and so-called pro-Trump news people, were angry tells you their true motives. It seems like only Rand Paul is aware of the stakes. Despite opposing Trump in the past on various issues, he's smart enough to understand that we need to cooperate with Russia. The old tactics don't work anymore. We can't hit Russia with sanctions, as we do with Iran. All the empty rhetoric liberals have thrown at the country don't mean anything. The only course Trump's critics would have him take is open hostility. Maybe even military action. Not good. Trump, as in every other case, is seeking a much more intelligent path. If we can work with Russia, imagine the good that can come from it. Both insider Democrats and Republicans hate this. They wanted war, as a distraction from all their failings. Democrats are losing big time. They can't promise anything to Americans that Trump isn't already giving them. Among Republicans, it's no different. Many in D.C. still oppose Trump's MAGA goals. A conflict with Russia would have distracted us from the fact that they refuse to repeal Obamacare or accomplish many of Trump's plans, i.e., the wall. Paul also hits the nail on the head when he exposes Republicans' true motives for criticizing Trump. Republicans that are making the criticism are either the pro-war Republicans like Sen. John McCain and Sen. Lindsey Graham, or the anti-Trump ones like Sen. Ben Sasse. He told Politico they are motivated by their persistent and consistent dislike of the president. Trump drew fury from Republicans after saying both Russia and the U.S. are to blame for strained relations and by not standing behind the U.S. intelligence assessments that Russia meddled in the 2016 elections. Trump said he has great confidence in the intelligence community, but Putin gave a strong and powerful denial. He said he doesn't see any reason why Russia would be behind election meddling. Source: Fox News. By trying to make peace with Russia, Trump wants to do something no politician can. The old guard wants war and conflict. It's easier than working with our enemies. They are terrified if Trump can achieve yet another victory for the United States. Only Rand Paul sees the writing on the wall and is working with the president. Maybe a few more Republicans will wake up and do the same.